Hello everybody, my name is Anthony, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Red World. So it's been, what, a month, I think? Roughly a month since I've actually last recorded anything at all. But, so over the past month, I guess, I have been moving gradually to a new location, to a new house. So that's one of the reasons that I haven't really been streaming too much, but hopefully now I'll have a lot more opportunities to either stream or record whatever I need to get done. So we're going back into Red World. I remember at the end of last episode, or around the end of last episode, we finally elected Jeb Bush. And we were going to invade the People's Commonwealth. I don't know, were we making a CB? No, we actually have nothing in the diplomacy menu at all. History. Oh yeah, all the stuff which I don't care about. Was there something in here which was invading them? I'm not too sure. Basically, it's gonna go up to speed 5 right away. So let me. Gotta re-get my bearings straight. So we're building some factories. That's completely a-okay. We're in a little bit of a deficit. We're not actually using. Okay, we're not in a deficit for anything we actually need at the moment, which is good. Ethiopia's cut. Oh yeah, so when I reloaded the save, it went back 6 days. So Ethiopia's broke up ties with the Soviets, and then we still got the civil war going on in Libya. So we have the liberal faction, and we got like a communist faction. I don't know who's actually winning, 6-9, 6-10. I think it could go either way. Well, actually, they only have one factory, and they have like 20, so maybe it's a bit one-sided. Okay, so nationalist policies, because we wanted to go down. Was it this tree? The United States? I think so. Well, we have to. We can't go down the conservative policy tree because he's not president. So we have to go down nationalist policies because we're basically going to try to remove the separation of church and state and just become a theocracy, which sounds to me like a good idea just in general. So if we were to justify a war goal on you, it would take about a year, which is quite a long time. And you greatly outnumber some troops. I mean, you don't have a lot of troops right now on the border, but you'll definitely send troops down south when the time comes. I wonder, do you think I could join Canada's faction? No, because we are nationalists, and apparently the Canadians don't like that too much. Which really is their loss. I'm clearly the world's foremost superpower. Look at us. We're down here in the south. We got Oklahoma. That's always a good sign of how things are going. So we have about 1,000 rifles. Are we actually training troops? We're training one infantry division at a time. Which is really not a lot. Let's just, boost up to like 5 or something. And how much equipment do we need now? We need 2,000 rifles, a handful of artillery, and a little bit of support equipment. But we have a ton of convoys, which is good. Are we building? What ships are we building? We're building submarines. Okay, do we actually have a navy? We do. That's always good. So we got 7 ships here, and where is our other navy? Oh, there's in the East Coast. So we got a bunch of submarines. What are you? What's this navy? Like, what are you mostly? You're just all submarines as well. So you guys might as well combine into, I don't know, actually. You know what, you just convoy right here too. That's completely fine. And maybe at some point we'll combine them together. I feel like we have enough submarines at the moment, so maybe we should try making either destroyers or corvettes. Carriers, which we probably don't need right now. Because submarines are cheap, 550. Corvettes... Or submarine detection. I mean, I'm assuming destroyers are probably just better. Yes, oops. So let's just kind of get those going. We need a little bit of chromium, which you get that from... Well, we're not going to trade with... Maybe South Africa. We'll trade those with the South Africans. Assuming they're not communist? No, they're a national conservative. That's completely okay. Because we're not going to trade those goddamn commies. Syria's good. Declare war on the Greater Lebanese Republic. Why would he do that? So you're nationalist. You are National Bolshevik. Okay, we got you guys fight each other. It's completely okay. Who's actually gonna win that war? 7-12 versus 10-20. So I think Lebanon's probably going to win. If I had to take a guess. I mean, they have more troops and they're very concentrated, so I don't think Syria can really ever actually push into Lebanon effectively. And we need 77. We need a bunch of rifles, so we're going to just make more rifles. There's more infantry equipment, I think, is completely fine. And so it's 2011. Is there any new text? New text available in 2012. We can get better tanks, but we don't even have good tanks now. You know what? 10% attack on artillery sounds pretty okay. And I don't think I can't get you out of Washington. There's actually no port in Washington, D.C., so he's just kind of stuck there for now. Which kind of sucks for him. We have 500 Commonwealth, which is quite a lot. And I don't really know what I'm going to use them for, because it's not like I can really trade with anybody. I'm not going to be conducting any like naval attacks anytime in the near future. What about like Illinois? I just gotta find who do I want to attack. Hey, you want to be in my faction? No. Come on, Rick Perry. You should join America. It's the world's greatest faction. Okay, we can actually deploy troops. So do that, I guess, in Atlanta. So, like, how confident are you feeling right now? Inferior enemy. Well, because this one guy's not in position, it's like a negative 70% penalty. But as soon as he gets to the front lines, he should be a lot more confident. So after this, we go into the Freedom Act, which is plus 50 political power. Europe 5% support for nationalist, increased Republican support. And then we have to go for one nation under the chief, I think. Yeah, let's rewrite the textbooks. That's completely fine. Is it just one or the other? Oh, we have to get both. Okay. So population plus 2%, political power plus 120. New national security agency, encryption, decryption, and drift towards nationalism. I mean, we have a lot of nationalist drift already. Like, how nationalist are we? We're already, 63%, which to me sounds pretty good. It sounds like we're making pretty good progress right now on that front. And then we have to go for monitor the people, which is more Christian, and more drift towards nationalism. And then review separation is... yeah, we just become a Christian nation. More nationalist. Drift towards fascism. Division recovery rate plus 10%. Secular America is just boring. After a series of negotiations between Vermont representatives and the politicians on a national level, the trade councils have decided to appoint Bernie Sanders as a member of the Central Committee. Shh, I'm trying to read things, game. We'll read that in a second. So my mouse cursor is not locked to the screen. After those in support of the revolutionary voted in favor of his membership due to the belief that he, over time, would expand influence within Philadelphia and eventually be selected as Noam Chomsky's successor. Opponents still voted in favor, on the other hand, assuming that granting him a fancy title within the Commonwealth's highest legislative body will appease him. After a rough, unpredictable national process will wear down the measly state worker. No one at this moment knows what Sanders' true plans are within the committee. And then we got some... who would be immigrating to us? Oh, people in the Midwest. Okay. As the Midwestern situation deteriorates every single day, border officers are becoming overwhelmed with the unprecedented influx of high illegal immigrants crossing the border in sparse groups that many times with great secrecy. Border forces have been unable to apprehend most immigrants as the president is briefed on the situation by his chief of staff, immigration, and state secretaries. Conservatives within our government are outraged that the chief could let such a disastrous crisis unfold. Didn't the United States only break up like 10 or 20 years ago within the game's timeline? Like, are they not considered American still? It's like, how would you even know that they're illegal immigrants? Like, after they're already in the country, like, is there any way to know that? I feel like you wouldn't know. You would just have to kind of guess. I don't know. It's all these people in the Midwest Union, led by Bill Hammonds and Lisa Hartman. Exactly. Everybody should support my policies. I'm gonna enact some freedom. Just ignore the fact that it's the fascist symbol. Other than that, it's completely fine. We're gonna be the freest nation in the world. Like, what's wrong with the Midwest? I mean, who wouldn't want to live in Nebraska? I'm sure it's a very, very rich country. Eastern Dakota, North Dakota. Why is there an East Dakota now? That doesn't. I don't understand. Why did they make an East one? We already had a North and South. Why do we need two? Yeah, we're already at 60. Is it? It's not going up right now. Nobody supports the communist, which is fine. So we got national, conservative, fascist, and nationalist. Those are the only, and we got 2 people from the Democrats and 1 progressive. Elizabeth Warren's in the party. Even, isn't she from like Illinois or something? I don't know. William and Kate Mary, that's completely a-okay. So what do we want to research now? It is construction, resource recovery gain. 10%. Maybe that makes sense. 2019, we can get the nuke. Yeah, no, let's get the build some bulldozers. Sounds like a plan. Even though 2011, I thought we might have had some bulldozers already, but I guess not. I don't know. I don't know how bulldozers work, but I feel like they're older than 7 years old. So you got 20. We're still 1.6. How long is it going to take for us to get to that? It's going to take 78 days. Actually, not that bad. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. So hospital provides stable recruitment capabilities, which I assume is higher population. Research center, 25,000 is a ton. Well, you know what? Let's build a, Louisiana. You can have one of those. Like, the hospital's only 3,000. Does this give us an extra research slot? It might. So maybe it actually is worth it. We'll push it up to be on the 2nd. How long is that going to take right now? 20? It's going to take 11, at this rate, it's going to take 11 years. It's going to take 11 years with one factory, which is pretty bad. I feel probably with all 15, it's going to probably take a year. The 2011 super outbreak, I'm just going to let the game keep going in the background, was the largest, costliest, and one of the most deadliest tornado outbreaks ever recorded, affecting the southern, midwestern, and northeastern American states, leaving catastrophic destruction in its wake. The event affected Alabama and Mississippi the most severely, but it also produced destructive tornadoes in Arkansas, Georgia, Tennessee, and Virginia. Affected many of those areas throughout the southern and eastern United States. Widespread and destructive tornadoes occurred each day in the outbreak, with April 27th being the most active day on record with 280 tornadoes. That's a shit ton of tornadoes. 348 people. Stop. 348 people were killed. That's a lot. That's over 200. I don't know how many tornadoes are normally are in tornado season, but I feel like 218 is a shit ton. But I'm assuming this also probably happened in real life, because I don't think the fall of the United States would affect the tornado patterns too much. The Freedom Act was designed to make America a safer nation, with terrorists no longer able to hide from our intelligence services. However, a large ignorant portion of the population have begun to protest Congress passing of the act, labeling it as tyrannical and apparently a violation of their civil liberties. You know what? No, there are no civil liberties here. None at all. Traditional values. Let's go. Like, the election was what? Between, like, the fascists and nationalists and the conservatives? I feel like it's already not an extremely diverse political range in the country right now. I only have 19 divisions. If Noam Chomsky wanted to, he'd just fucking kill me right now. There's nothing I can do to stop him. So it's going to take a... Oh, wait, the Texas question. I didn't even see that this is the Texas Senate had been occurred. When did they attack Texas? I don't know, but I already feel dumb because I should have selected this one. I didn't know what happened. Unless I got an event for it in the last time I played this game, and it's been so long since then that I just forgot, which is entirely possible. I mean, I do get events, I think, to attack basically everybody. Illinois, the Great Lakes, Montana, Arizona, the Midwest. We can just attack Canada as well. We'll just annex all of North America. It sounds like a completely... Yeah, no, we'll just unite the entire coast. You know, from Mexico to Canada, it'll all be the United States under one Jeb Bush presidency. God bless America. Okay, so we are almost good on our artillery and our support equipment, which is fantastic news. I don't think we're importing too much of anything at the moment. Let me just go to... I want to look at trade. No, we're still okay on everything. Apparently we're not using rubber for anything whatsoever right now. So 2012 is still a little bit too far away to really get going, so let's just go for more land doctrine. Sounds A-okay to me. Like, what about, like, Nassau or Cuba? Can we, like, attack these guys? No, that's gonna be 425 days. Okay, we do not have that long. I don't have a year to attack Cuba. That's a bit much. Like, where is all their troops anyway? They might just be on, like, the border with Michigan or something. Gonna go attack Milwaukee. Ethiopia and Somalia unite. Okay. Ethiopia and Somali governments have delivered a joint statement on the international press this morning proclaiming that two nations shall be united under Ethiopian tricolor, effective immediately. This comes to a shock due to the great divide between the presidents and the national government of Somalia, evidence in recent border disputes. Okay, I don't know. Okay, Ethiopia, you do whatever you want. I don't know why you would want to annex Somalia. Also, Syria is losing pretty badly right now. How many men have they lost? 15,000. So yeah, Syria is going to capitulate pretty soon. So good work, Syria. And you guys are still 5 to 11, 5 to 9. So eventually you're going to lose, even though I don't even know if you have any cities left. 48. Yeah, no, you guys all get to the front line. And then once we have 24 guys on there, I don't know where else we're going to put new troops. Actually, on the little tree here, what are the first countries we attack? Great Lakes, Illinois, Montana, or Lincoln. Those guys are all the way up here. So unless I'm missing something. Montana, Lincoln, Great Lakes, Illinois. Oh no, Illinois is right here. Well, we don't have one for the Midwestern Union? Really? Oh no, it's right there. But why would that be after? Because we have to attack the Midwest to get to the Great Lakes, really, but... Or we have to attack Illinois to get to the Great Lakes, and then we'd all just push into the Midwest. Either way, there's going to be a lot of American invasions of just other places of America. It's going to be a great time. Everything's going to go swimmingly. But I do think that this is going to be a good time to end this episode. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Anthem. If you've enjoyed, remember thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.